Hello! I think my mic is on. Let me check. It is. That is a good thing to check before you start making a video. So this is the editing challenge. I'm Hank. I'm talking to you on a camera, and I'm gonna make a video right now. And then you're gonna edit it. And you're gonna see the whole process of me making the video with all the mess ups. Whole video! I'm really nervous about this, cause it looks a lot easier and I look a lot smoother than I am. Okay, script over here. There it is. That's just my mic stand. I did, by the way, ages ago. I don't know why I'm telling you this in the middle. I'll put this at the beginning. Hey! This is the middle that I'm in right now, but I've decided to edit this to the beginning of the video to say that I did a video once upon a time. I'm probably gonna put this in like text descriptions. That was me editing a video. So if you wanna see how I edit video, if that might help you, you can watch that. Okay, back to the... Good morning, John. I'm here to debunk a myth. A myth that probably all of us believe. That it's very difficult not to believe. A myth that we probably all believe. That really it's hard. A myth that we probably all believe. It's a statement that is. A myth that we probably all believe, and it's a simple statement that is really hard not to believe, knowing what we know. The internet brings out the worst in people. I mean, you see in the comments. You see in the comments. We all know that the anonymity of the internet allows the deep evil within. We all know. Fountain of vomitous hate. Fountain of vomitous hate. Okay. We all know that the anonymity. We all know that the anonymity of the internet allows the deep evil inside of every human, except for me, of course, to spew forth in a fountain of vomitous hate. Have fun with that. And yeah, I see it. And yeah, I see it even on our content, on our sex episode of Crash Course Psychology. Just a bunch of... There were comments, thumbed up comments nonetheless, talking about how homosexuality is a disease. And yeah, there are two hosts on SciShow Space. One of them is male and one of them is female. I would like you to guess which one has constant comments about their appearance every time they're in a video. Just go ahead and guess. But you and your friends, you aren't hate mongers. It must be other people. So it must be other people. Those anonymous people at the grocery. So it must be other people. Those people at the grocery store who seem so nice in person, but then they go home and the internet allows them to shrug off the cloak of cultural necessities, and then they just turn and engage and become giant turd faces. Not quite there. Maybe total turds is what it says. So it must be other people. So it must be other people. Those people at the grocery. So it must be other people. Those people at the grocery store who seem so nice in person, but then go home and go on the internet and shrug off the cloak of their cultural burden and transform into total turd bach. Total turd bach. That makes sense. It must be other people. Those people at the grocery store who seem so nice when you hang out with them briefly, but then you don't really know, so they probably go home and then they shrug off the cloak of their cultural burden and say, "Hey, I am now going to be internet turd! Superhero extraordinaire." Put on their costume and they become internet turd! I like it. Okay, I'm gonna use that. So it must be other people. Those people you see at the grocery store who seem very nice, but then they go home. So it must be other people. So it must be other people. Those people at the grocery store who seem very nice, but then when they get home and go on the internet, But then when they go home, but then when they get home, they go on the internet and they shrug off the clothes of their cultural burden and they put on their costume and they become internet turd. Internet turd. Yes. But I want to make a hypothesis here. Anonymity, but I want to make a hypothesis here. That allows me to feel better about the state of the internet and the state of humanity. I think anonymity does not... I'm thinking anonymity doesn't bring out the worst in people. It just brings out the worst people. Imagine, if you will, a D-bag. This person goes on the internet and he says nasty things to people. He's racist. I need that light. This person goes on the internet and he says nasty things to people. He's racist and he's sexist. He doesn't have a lot of friends because he doesn't like people, and people also don't like him. On average, he speaks to about 0.02 human beings in the real world per day. In the physical world, this human is entirely invisible. We have no idea they exist. He doesn't want to express his beliefs in the real world because they are unacceptable. And people... Expressing those beliefs makes him and everyone else uncomfortable. Though he doesn't do it. I'm gonna cut that. Well, I don't know. You wanna cut that? I would rather cut that. I'm just communicating with you. Cut that. I don't like that sentence. That's not good. I don't like it. I don't like the way what that communicates. But then on the internet, he not only gets to express his views to lots of people. Those people then engage with him. It's a kind of exercising of power. He gets to get a rise out of people. It's thrilling. It's not scary like doing it in real life would be. It's a rush. This person isn't like a sweetheart all day long and then goes home and becomes a D-bag. He's a D-bag. He just... The reason you don't run into internet trolls in real life is the reason you don't run into internet trolls in real life isn't because they're normal people with deep evil inside of them. It's because trolls don't talk to people in real life because nobody likes them. This is, of course, all of this, by the way, this entire episode is conjecture. I've got no research to back this up, but it would be fairly easy research to do because I think internet trolls would be super excited about filling out surveys that graduate students in psychology gave them because they probably love to talk about themselves. Because they're probably narcissists. Because it seems pretty likely to me that at least a good portion of them are narcissists. Because it seems pretty likely to me that at least a good portion of them are narcissists. And honestly, I think finding out more. And honestly, I think understanding this and understanding those people is really important, because I think the narrative of the hateful internet negatively affects the culture of the internet. People believe that the internet is a hostile place and that comments are a hostile place, and so they don't add their People hear and they believe that comments are a nasty place. People hear and believe that comments are a nasty place. They are certainly a much more nasty place than we tend to interact with in the real world. The result is that fewer and fewer normal, not trolly people interact in those spaces, and they get worse and worse. While at the same time we prove over and over again that the internet can actually be a place where lots of really cool and great things happen. Logos come up there of like all the cool places on the internet where great things happen, like Wattpad and Tumblr and Facebook and YouTube, and like cool things happen. Wikipedia, for Christ's sake. This is a note to editors, not for inclusion in the video. Though I don't know. It's your video. You get to do whatever you want with it. But if we all think that the internet is less great than it is, it will become less great because we think that. And my even greater worry is that people will look at the comments of a YouTube video and say, look, a third of these people, at least, are just terrible. They're bad people. And then by extension, those people will assume that a third of all people are terrible. And that's just not true. And then by extension, people will assume that a third of all people are terrible, and that all social spaces, and then by extension, those people will assume that a third of all people are terrible, and that all social spaces are hostile and antagonistic, which is very not the case. What we're looking at here is like extreme selection bias. We've got 100,000. What we're looking at down in the comments is extreme selection bias. People don't want to comment because it seems like a hostile place, so only hostile people comment. Also, on most YouTube videos, you've got like 100,000 or more people. Also, on any YouTube video, you've got a lot of people watching it. Just imagine for a moment that 100,000 people gather in a room. It's a stadium, a very large stadium. Now, what are the odds that there aren't going to be some bad people in that room? 0. There are going to be douchebag. 0. There are going to be bad people in that room. So it shouldn't be a surprise that when 100,000 people watch a video, there are some people who are racist, bad people. So it shouldn't be too much of a surprise that when 100,000 people watch a video, some of them are gonna be racist troll turds, and they're gonna leave mean, nasty comments. Now a big problem here is that YouTube lately has been promoting discussion over like actual enthusiasm. Now, a big problem here is that YouTube has lately been promoting discussion rather than how many people thumb up a comment. So a comment will end up way at the top of the video because lots of people are discussing that comment. That isn't usually because there's a good discussion happening there. It's usually because that first comment was extremely inflammatory and wrong, and people are arguing about it. And the trolls are loving it. That's an algorithmic problem. That's an algorithmic problem. I don't know if they know about it, but it seems pretty obvious. It's totally feeding the trolls. Like, the whole point of a troll is to try and get discussion because they want to get a rise out of people, they want that rush, and they want some human interaction, which they don't get on their which they don't get in their daily lives because which they don't get in their daily lives because mostly people don't like them. Which they don't get in the real world because people don't like them. Let me guarantee you, as a person who has met a number of people, most of them, like 90% of them, are good. They're good people. Not because culture tells them to be good, not because they're afraid of being found out and they just want... Not because culture tells them to be good, not because they're afraid of being found out and they're waiting for that moment where they can be anonymously evil, but because they're people, just like you and just like me. John, I'll see you on Tuesday. Hey! The video happened! So what did you think? I'll leave comments. So if you want to participate in the edit challenge, all you gotta do is download this, and then edit it in whatever editing software you want to use, and however you want to do it. You can do whatever you want to this video, and it's just a way to showcase your skills, show off, and critique each other, and just make sure that you... I don't know how can you tag YouTube videos? Just put like a unique word. Let's come up with a unique word. Internet troll turds, all one word, no spaces. And if you title it internet troll turds, then probably there aren't that many other cases of all one word internet troll turds showing up on YouTube, so we should be able to search for that and the videos will come up. So just put that in your title, in your description, and your tags, just to be safe. And people look for that if you want to critique other people's edits, if you want to see how other people did it. I'm not going to edit this video. I don't think this video will ever end up on Vlogbrothers, by the way, because I don't know. Maybe it will. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, do that however you want. Be creative, and sort of, it's just an opportunity to, if you're interested in this, to see what it's like, to hone your skills, and to talk with other people about it. I think it'll be fun. So thanks for watching. Just if you wanted to watch this and see how this works on my end, that's good. And I think that will also be useful to the people who are doing the on-screen challenge. So to those people, hi. And it's always good to think about your editors while you're making a video. If you're not doing both of those things yourself, which I often do, but don't always. Like SciShow, I don't edit. So like communicating and saying like, oh, here would be a really good time to make a joke about The Incredibles, that Pixar thing. I don't know if that's even Pixar. And yeah. Okay, so thank you for participating, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what y'all do to me. And hopefully that wasn't too awkward and weird to watch how this works. Because I know that it seems like sometimes I'm just speaking my mind. Obviously I'm checking a script a lot. And if you want to watch how that script happened, I have also uploaded the video of me writing that script. It's just full transparency here, you guys. Totally open. Everything's in the open. Okay. All right. So this is long enough already. Thanks for wasting your time with me. Goodbye.